posh, isn't it?
West Cork Beard Company make beard oil and beard balm for a strong, healthy, great-looking beard. Handmade from all natural ingredients in Clonakilty, West Cork. Check out their YouTube channel for beard care tips and advice, or catch them online at westcorkbeardcompany.ie.
For Gooners everywhere, this is the ultimate football app for you. For match highlights, interviews, and the best Arsenal videos and podcasts. Download the free Gunners app now from the App Store and Google Play.
Champions! 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 Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome back to the Same Old Arsenal podcast. FA Cup Champions 2020, number 14 in the cabinet. Lovely stuff. Knocking Tottenham into the qualifiers. Sorry about that. And obviously sorry to our friends Wolves for taking your place. Apologies. But hey, that's football. Hello to you all in the chat. How are you? Hope you're all well. Hope you all enjoyed the weekend and the festivities that surrounded it. Good evening to you if you're watching on Facebook. Good evening to you if you're watching on Twitter. And of course, hello to you if you're listening on audio. Thank you very much for coming along. Woo! Well, what a day. What a day. You know, last week I wasn't too confident, but it was all reverse psychology. So I'll take the plaudits there. Obviously, you can all see what I've done there, of course. You know, the old reverse psychology. Got to love a bit of that. But we've done it. We've won it. And what a day. What a day. What a day. And the goal to win it. Oh, my God. I'm still watching it over and over and over again. What a goal to win an FA Cup final. And like Lee said on his Arsenal fan TV interview, I hope it's not, but what a way to sign out playing for Arsenal. But fingers crossed that he'll sign his new contract. Dan, how are you getting on, mate?
How am I getting on? What a question. Boys, it's sensational, isn't it? Absolutely buzzing. What a weekend. The sun was shining, barbecue, beers, Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix, and then Arsenal go and beat Chelsea in the final. It's absolutely superb. It was pretty sensational from start to finish for the whole weekend, but you look at it today and feeling a little bit hungover just because it was pure celebration and beers the whole weekend. I was kind of one of those fans who was, we're going to win, boys, we're going to win, but you know it's your kind of all heart as opposed to head, because Chelsea are a very good side. But the actual result itself is absolute spot on. I would have won it with a David Luiz off of his backside 1-0. I wouldn't have cared just to get that result. And listen, this is all for one man, Mikel Arteta. You know, we've been on this podcast for weeks and weeks and slated some of these players, and I've definitely said that some of these players are not good enough, and I stand by that. But that doesn't matter at the moment, because what he has done is he's used what tools he has to get us over the line and get us a trophy. And in 8 months, look what he has done. He has done some amazing stuff with this bang average side, to be fair to you. But listen, you hit the nail on the head, Craig. This guy has got to stay with us. He is so important. And there's rumours coming out. He's been offered the contract now of 250k a week. And I really, really hope that we can get some form of agreement ASAP, because it's so important to keep him. He's the most important signing, in my opinion, before this window opens. We need players, but keeping him is so vital. And he proved why. It was just a fantastic goal, with both goals. I mean, the penalty, let's not take away how fantastic that was, but that goal is something sensational. And, you know, he said in his interview, didn't he, that Kurt Zouma knows me well. He thought I was going to shoot him a right. so I just sold him and hit it in with my left. And he didn't just hit it; it was the dink. It was the cheeky dink.
The audacity to do that in the cup final. My God.
Unreal, mate. And you look at Caballero in goal, and I know that he's 38 years old, but to do that, it was just sensational. And I thought, the goal, the penalty itself, the ball from Tierney was outstanding. People talk about Tierney's crossing, but his distribution there was fantastic from the long ball. Maitland-Niles, I have to big up him. The first 20, I know we Chelsea were roasting us in midfield. I thought Xhaka was getting roasted by Mount and Pulisic until he picked his game up along with Bellerin and Holding. But Maitland-Niles was giving Azpilicueta a torrid time on that left-hand side. And it was so interesting to see what Tierney and Maitland-Niles were doing in that game, because the kind of positions changed with him. We saw Tierney and Maitland-Niles kind of start as it was with the three at the back, and that changed. But also we saw Pepe come into the middle, and that looks so dangerous for me. I don't ever want to see Pepe on the wing again. He looked so good in the middle. He was giving Chelsea a torrid time. And what that then did was it allowed Bellerin, who has been someone that no one has really rated since Project Restart, to come back into the game, who I thought was pretty poor for a good 20 minutes along with Holding, and it worried me, that right-hand side. But when Pepe was no longer down that right-hand side, it gave Bellerin the kind of chance to come into the game. And of course, his run made the winning goal. So for me, some individual performances. Man of the match, Danny Ceballos by a long way. That guy is good. Let's try and get a deal for him, please, because he looks fantastic. But as far as I'm concerned, Pulisic getting injured, I know Chelsea didn't have it going their way, but listen, we deserve to win that cup final. I know that they can talk about Kovacic not getting sent off and he shouldn't have been and all these stuff that went wrong for us, but we deserve to win. I don't want to hear anybody saying that Arsenal didn't deserve that victory, because we showed character and the mentality there of some of these players that have had pretty torrid seasons. You could say Pepe for one, Ceballos for one, Granit Xhaka another one. You look at Tierney, who's had some injuries. Maitland-Niles looked like he was going. They've all stepped up. And Martinez as well, again, these players have all stepped up.
Super keeper.
I'm buzzing, Craig. Absolutely buzzing.
Super keeper. Mark, how did your cup final go, mate?
What a weekend. Just superb, isn't it?
Cheers all, by the way. Straight whiskey.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, boys.
On the rum and coke.
To the Arsenal. Up the Arsenal.
Up the Arsenal. No, I mean, look, it started off for me on Thursday night, 5-year anniversary, so out with the wife, kids free. That's fantastic. And Saturday, obviously, just what we're in the game for, isn't it? That's why we support this football club. At the beginning of the season, if someone had said to you, we're going to enter 4 competitions this year, we'd have said, I ain't got a hope in hell of winning one of them, being the Premier League, although, stranger things have happened. Leicester won it. No one gave them a chance the year they won it. But realistically, Liverpool, I think their name was on that before it even started after last year, But so the League Cup, no one really cares about the League Cup, although it is a cup. Nice to win it, but Pep Guardiola gives it such importance to get that first trophy over the line. You got to do well. So, are we good enough to win in Europe? We come close last year. Really, really close. But the FA Cup, it's our cup. We know it's our cup. We've won it 10% of the times it's been on offer. We never, it's just so majestic. I love that cup. I just love that cup. It's been so kind to us over the years. Forget Europe. No one gives a damn about Europe going into that Europe next year. What that means is that this squad of players is capable, and I can't quite believe I'm going to say this. This squad of players is capable of winning a cup. That is bizarre because it's the worst squad of players we've probably ever had in my lifetime. But what a manager Arteta is to get a tune out of these lads,
Yeah.
Unbelievable. To a man on Saturday, they were outstanding. I mean, David Luiz coming up against Olivier Giroud, it was written in the stars. Olivier Giroud has played 12 FA Cup finals or 12 games at Wembley, never lost. 13 unlucky for him, but that was largely down to David Luiz. That man, say what you will about him, he is a serial trophy winner. Look at his record. Get played in the right team with the right protection. He is a winner. You know what I mean? And he done an absolute number on Olivier Giroud, who arguably, apart from Aubameyang, obviously Aubameyang's the best striker in the league, Olivier Giroud he's the most informed striker in since the restart, arguably. So he just kept him in his pocket. And absolutely, to a man, they were superb. So how did my weekend go? It could not have gone any better, apart from if I'd have won the Euro Millions on Friday night.
Well,
I feel like
a bit let down by that, but there you go. Take the FA Cup. Take the FA Cup.
But the thing is with the Euro Millions is it's twice a week. Tomorrow night I've got another chance, don't I? So,
Harry, how did your weekend go, mate? Did you enjoy that?
Oh, mate, I wouldn't say I enjoyed it at the time because I don't think you can ever enjoy a game like that. I actually felt sick during most of it, and it was a reminder of how much I want Arsenal to win stuff. And like being in those games, we kind of missed that feeling, haven't we, of like being nervous and a big occasion. And it was great. Really, really enjoyed the whole weekend. Lots of drink, lots of food, lots of celebrating. Throat still a bit sore. But look, as I said, I'm so happy for Mikel Arteta. For me, that is what this final was all about. It was all about giving Mikel Arteta the platform to go on now next season. And it's the momentum that it gives us. It's the impetus that it gives us. It increases our chances of keeping Aubameyang at the club. It increases our spending power this summer, even if it's not going to be what we'd all like it to be. There are just so many positives to come off the back of this FA Cup final win. And to cap off a season which has pretty much been fucking disastrous. We've all been up in arms for most of it. We've all been disappointed, upset, angry. So to finish it the way we finished it was great. And it saved the season, didn't it? It saved what could have been a disastrous season.
And do you know what, Harry? It saved the whole season because it's funny you say that because I couldn't give a rat's ass what happened now. It's just like the podcast title. It's the perfect ending. The perfect ending. Like I said, it doesn't matter where we finished. Well, it does matter where we finished, I suppose. But when we've had a season like that and we've won the cup, we've got ourselves into Europe. Like you said, mate, everything you said is absolutely spot on about being in a better position now. And like we said, we hope and pray that Aubameyang stays. Or we hope. I've heard that it's not the money that is not the problem. I've heard that he wants to see good recruitment. Have you heard anything about that, Harry?
I've got a sneaky feeling that Arsenal are going to have a bit more to spend than people are saying. I think we may see the Cronkies put their hand in their pocket a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to put hundreds of millions of pounds into the club, but I do think some of the restructuring they've been doing behind the scenes and the relaxation of FFP temporarily allows them to do that. And I expect them to do that. I think they will back Mikel Arteta. We're being linked with a lot of players, haven't we? We're being linked with Thomas Partey. We're being linked with Willian quite heavily this evening, who, for what it's worth, I don't think would be the worst signing in the world as long as the terms are right.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff going on. I think it's going to be, even though the summer's a short one, it's a condensed one. I think it's going to be a really, really busy one, and we have to act fast because there isn't much time to get people settled in.
Absolutely. I know he's mad to go. Yeah, go. There's your. Do you know what? I didn't even mean to bring that up, and now I've got to try and find it to get rid of it. Oh, there it is. Yes, Mark is wearing Hannah's real Nicholas Bentner shirt that he threw to her after a game. Come on, Mark, prove it's real. Show us the air holes underneath the armpits. There you go. Yeah. We can't really see that. 52. God, that must have been a long time ago. I know he's getting ready to go, but I want to bring Graham in first, and we'll get Lee's take on things. Graham, people in the chat want to know how Mikel Arteta got it over Frank Lampard. Take it away, son.
Well, I think the story is about Mikel Arteta, Craig. I'll first say that I'm absolutely buzzing tonight. I've been looking forward to doing this with you guys all day. Absolutely buzzing since Saturday. I normally like to analyse games, as you know, but I was so, excuse my language, Nigel, fucking nervous watching that game on Saturday. It meant so much. to watch it with my son. I didn't go. I was invited to the Wembley Box Park with Lee for AFTV, but my mum was ill over the weekend, so I couldn't go. But I watched it with my son. I was so nervous. And I will talk about a tweak he did that won us that game, I think. But don't let anyone say that the FA Cup means nothing. They only say that when Arsenal win it, don't they?
Absolutely, mate.
I'm a lot older than you guys. You know, I grew up in the 70s. FA Cup Day was magical, and winning the FA Cup was just as great as winning the league. There's something magical about the FA Cup. I've seen us win 11 FA Cups in my lifetime. That's and I've been live to see 5 of them, and I've seen us lose a couple as well. But so the FA Cup is special for me, and I think the story of the game was, if you want to know the answer to it, I mean, the story is Mikel Arteta. The story is Mikel Arteta. When he came in, where we were when he came in, we have to remember that Emery had been sacked, Lundberg had been in the role, the team was a shambles, the dressing room was in disarray. He's had to deal with all the things he's had to deal with, and he's come back and won a trophy in his 28th match as Arsenal manager. Something, you know, Tottenham fans who belittle us would love to win an FA Cup, would love to win a League Cup. I would say the thing that he did well in that game was the way we started. Chelsea had Giroud up front, so they were looking to go long a lot. What they were doing, Craig, they were looking to look non-balls towards Giroud. Giroud was getting flick-ons. The 2 wide forwards, one was sitting and one was looking for the run on beyond Giroud. So you had like Pulisic going, Mount staying, and they were getting between the lines, right? And we were falling into traps. We were allowing them to press us up high, Craig. And it was crying out for a longer ball game. Now, what he did was, at the drinks break, there's a very subtle tweak. I don't know if people notice it. Sorry about that noise. That's my phone gone off.
Again.
There's a very subtle tweak he did, right? And I think what he did early on, I think Maitland-Niles, who was playing as the left wing back, was more inverted at the start in the midfield, because Chelsea were getting through the lines, and we were being pressed, and we were allowing them to press us, right? And our double pivot was sitting quite deep. What he did was he asked for Maitland-Niles to push back to the left alongside Tierney, which freed up some half space. And what Lacazette did, Lacazette then dropped into the space. Now, when Lacazette dropped into the space, Zuma started following him. And what that did was that when we went long, when Tierney played a long ball, Zuma was now in the middle of the pitch, and they only had Azpilicueta on the right, and they had Rudiger. So we had we had a 2v2. So that's how we got the. we had a 2v2 break, and that's what forced the equaliser. That was the turning point in the cup final. It was a subtle switch. We went.
Sorry, Graham. People listening on an audio want to know what's happening, but someone just put in the comments that Graham's phone wanted to come in there. That's why it keeps making a noise.
So in answer to the question, Craig, it was a subtle switch, I think. Maitland-Niles drifting over to the left, created a half space, Laka pulling out Zuma, that freed up Aubameyang for a long ball in behind, and we got one-on-one with one of their centre-halves, and that got the equaliser. Can I just say also, quickly before I go, I know I'll have an even longer intro than last week. Congratulations for Harry yesterday. He appeared on 5 Live doing an interview on the cup final. And he was paid so well that I see he had sea bass on his barbecue last night. And a mate of mine's a massive Lee Judges fan, but he's a Chelsea fan, right? He's convinced that Judges was refereeing that cup final and gave all the decisions to Arsenal. And did you notice on the social media post that Lee Judges was sipping half a pint in a full pint glass?
Oh, right? Controversy.
One final thing. He's not wearing his Louise shirt, but he's still got it on the football pitch, Craig. I watched him yesterday caress the ball into the corner. That's my phone again. He caressed one into the corner, right? So he's still got it on the football pitch, but he's still drinking half pints in a full pint glass. But yeah, fantastic. 14 FA Cup wins, Craig. I'll let you boys take it away from there.
Thank you very much, Graham. Absolutely brilliant, and what a good sport there is. We have a bit of a laugh, poor Graham's expense there, poor old boy. Judges. We all saw on AFTV the great weekend you had, being taken out and wined and dined and all that, and even drunk. Now, we need to clear this up. That picture that I put up on Twitter of you drinking a pint, was that really a pint, or was it a half pint in a pint glass?
It was a pint. And I had 3 of them.
Oh, bloody hell, 3 of them.
And I was singing this song. I was singing this song. It's happened again. It's happened again. Tottenham Hotspur. It's happened again. It's happened again.
Can you imagine? Just for a minute, just before we go back, can you imagine being a Spurs fan?
No.
Oh,
because like all they do is shout and shout and shout. They've all been texting me. They've all been texting you all. I'm sure. We finished above you, this, that, and the other. But we always come along and have the last laugh every time.
Imagine celebrating against a draw against Crystal Palace.
Do you know what's unbelievable?
How did it go for you, mate? How did it go?
Oh, it was a brilliant day, but just before, I've had a few Spurs fans poke their head through the door today. Oh, congratulations, well done! Through gritted teeth, and I love it. You know what I mean? Absolutely hurting, you know what I mean? So, yeah, fantastic day. A great day at the Box Park with the AFTV boys and all the Arsenal fans that were there. I went round and I got the love I got from people turn around and say that. AFTV's hated by the fans, but I only experienced love when I was there, and people coming up to me, shaking my hand and all that. So for anybody that was there and made me feel like that, then thank you very much. It was a great day. I don't know about you, but I've always, after the FA Cup, enjoyed the next day as well. Normally it's in May, but obviously being in August, went for a barbecue, had a few beers, and I just really... As I think, like Harry said, and all of us saying, the actual game you don't really enjoy because you're nervous. But once it's done and dusted, you can sit there the next day, watch the highlights, watch on the telly again with a beer, and then go for something to eat, like barbecue or something, and just put your feet up and just enjoy the day. And that's what I do. I absolutely love the day after it. You normally go to the parade or something like that, but obviously we couldn't do that. But fantastic weekend. I have to say, I thought Arsenal were absolutely outstanding on the day up until the first 10, 15 minutes. When I think Chelsea surprised us a little bit, as Graham said, I thought that really up until the drinks break, they was probably the better side. But then we just changed it a little bit. We got the full-backs in a little bit tighter to make it easier for our 2 in midfield. And then from then on, I thought, Ceballos, I have to say this. I know that everybody keeps going on about signing up Aubameyang, but he was the one that won us that cup final. I know that everybody says about Aubameyang's goals, but we needed someone to get on the ball and start pulling the string. And do you know what I like about Ceballos is that he will get the ball and pick it up in pockets that are very, very dangerous, right on the edge of our box, but he still wants the ball. And if you ever play in a team with someone that wants the ball all the time, it's fantastic options to have. He's not afraid to pick up the ball wherever he is in the park. And I'm just going to say, for all you haters out there and doubters, there's been a lot of you. But I've always backed Ceballos from day one. I've said that what a great player he is. And I've had a lot of stick from you fellow gooners about that. So now we're all saying, we've got to get him signed up. I've been saying it all along. Danny Ceballos, 23 years of age. He's the future of Arsenal. If we can get hold of him, it'd be fantastic because I think he is a wonderful player. A very, very good player. The way he gets on the ball and all that, if you're ever a midfield player, just watch him because I'll tell you what, that's how you should play midfield. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to have to say 2 players that have been, I think, get a little bit of untold stick at the Arsenal. And I think that I have to say Hector Bellerin has took a lot of stick over the last, and maybe quite rightly or whatever, but this game against City, I thought he was brilliant in the game against Man City, by the way. And there were people still saying yesterday and up until the game that, it's got to be Maitland-Niles on the right, Xhaka on the left and dropping Bellerin out of the team. Again, he proved everybody wrong. Superb, I thought yesterday. And I think maybe this could be his last game, boys, because I think that he is one of those players that we could sell and get some money for. But if it is, what a way to finish. I think that, you can criticise him as much as you like, but you cannot criticise his desire and his attitude and his self-belief. Because I tell you what, he come off of that game against Norwich and people were going, look at him, that's his last game for Arsenal and all that. And whatever you think about him, he's come back. Yes, well said, Graham's phone. And what do you say, at the end of it? He has come back and been absolutely brilliant from then on, and to come back from that is I've got a big admiration for him. I thought he was brilliant. And for the other one, Harry has been saying it all the time about Granit Xhaka. He's found the perfect partner in Cazorla. We've always said that maybe it needs and do you know what? He even gets criticised now when people say, he's got to have a partner to make him look good.
When did Cazorla come back?
Xhaka.
Xhaka and Ceballos.
I'm excited. But Ceballos, something with Ceballos.
I wish he would come back.
I just jumped up a little bit there because they used to say, Xhaka ain't, because it was because of Cazorla. Then it was like, Torreira coming in. He's not this and all that now. Now he's got Ceballos in there to go alongside him, and they've just tandemly worked together. And people have even criticised. I see on Twitter the other day how he's got to have someone next to him that's good enough. So that's football. It's about partnerships, and these two guys just. It's not only, by the way, if they dominated the Chelsea midfield for 70 minutes yesterday, they've done it against Man City and they've done it against Liverpool. And I'll tell you what, Granit Xhaka, redemption, who would have thought come that time, whenever it was it October or whenever it was, that day that he got booed off at the Emirates, that he would come back like he has. I can only say I've got so much admiration for him to do that. That he would come back. Who's that?
Who's that?
What happened there?
Graham's phone.
Is that you, Graham?
Graham's phone, isn't it? Playing up like, yeah. No, I don't know what that was. That's a bit freaky, that was, wasn't it? Eh?
Oh God! I tell you what, people call us the best Arsenal podcast. It's certainly not the most professional.
Hey, listen, you can't help for technology, but just saying that Granit Xhaka, the redemption of him, the way he's come back and all that. Well, I've got so much admiration for him, and it was that little team. I had a little chat with him when we had a chat, and I said to him, "Look, Granit, get your head down, son. Do this, do that." And he's listened to every word I've said, and it couldn't have happened to a better person. So, Granit, I thank you for listening to me and taking my words of wisdom, not listening to any other coaches apart from Mikel Arteta and myself. And that is what happens. And I couldn't be more pleased for him. And Arsenal are the cup winners again, boys. And it's such a great feeling, isn't it? And
yeah, it's good. Number 14.
Enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy this season. I'm going to enjoy it. Number 14.
Now, when Mikel Arteta was announced as manager, Dan, Harry, Mark, Graham, Lee, I'll open this up to all of you. When he was announced as manager, I have to admit, I wasn't quite sold on him, for the fact that that he'd been at Manchester City and he was he was a number 2, and this thing of people calling him Pep's cone man and this, that, and the other. When he was announced, I was like, oh God, is this going to be? Have they given him the job because he's another yes man? Because he played for Arsenal, he knows the club, this, that, and the other. Is he going to come in now and be another yes man? But after the cup final, I am completely sold on the man. And for one reason only. The way the players reacted to him at the full-time whistle, I haven't seen that in a very, very long time. Not even when Arsene Wenger was here. Not even when Arsene Wenger stopped our 10-year trophy drought. Did I see celebrations like that on the pitch between the players and the manager? Those Arsenal players, for the first time in a long time, we have got a set of players that are playing for the manager. Dan, how refreshing. I mean, he picked up Kieran Tierney he's hugging him and he's telling him that he's so proud of him and this, that, and the other. He's going around to all the players, picked them up off the ground, and they're all reacting to him like he's their dad or something. How important is that to see, Dan, as a fan? How important is that to see?
Listen, it's amazing because it didn't just stop out there, did it? It carried on and continued in the dressing room.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you think he's a fan, Arteta. He's a player still. He knows what it means. But he's just got this unbelievable amount of intelligence in terms of how to play and get this team winning. But what he's got, which we needed, was a lift. He's given everybody a lift. He's installed an amazing amount of confidence. Everybody around that dressing room loves him, bar two players who need to be long gone out of this football club ASAP in Ozil and Guendouzi. Apart from that, everybody looks happy. Everybody wants to play for this guy. And there are going to be players that he was picking up yesterday that he's going to have to get rid of. But I think he's ruthless enough to get the job done because he's told the board what he wants. And I totally have trust in this manager. And I have. All I hope is the board back him. What he has done here, Craig, is he has got us into a situation that none of us on this podcast and in the chat would have expected. I had no hopes for us winning the FA Cup. No hopes. Because of the teams that were left in it. They were all better than us, in my opinion, on paper. And we have gone to Wembley and we have completely deserved to win both of those games. And that's down to him. And what he has done is he's shown already that he has more, or we've seen it perhaps, more intelligence tactically than the Klopp and Guardiolas of this world because he's had to change systems. He's had to change players. He's not got the tools that Pep Guardiola had when he walked into Man City. And I just hope now that this board back this guy because he will be the guy to take us forward. He's proven that already. I did not expect us to go and win against Sheffield United away. I didn't expect to pick up 3 points at Wolves away. I certainly didn't expect us to beat the champions at the Emirates. And I didn't expect us to comfortably go through a game of football against Man City and Chelsea and feel like we were not going to lose that game. And that's what he's done. And he says he's not a magician. I beg to differ because what he's done with these players is magical. There are some players in these positions, and I know that we've mentioned a few of them, I'm not going to go on with them again, that need clearing out still. Yeah, just because we won the FA Cup, we don't keep them all. We need to move forward. But I will say this, he has improved the bad players at this club and he's made the bad players look okay players. And what he's done is he's made the great players look fantastic. And Aubameyang is one of those. This guy, honestly, Craig, if we keep this guy, it's not because of anybody else but Mikel Arteta. Yeah. If Aubameyang signs, it's because of Arteta. And that's who we got to thank for it.
It's big, yeah, big. That's a 1 second, Graham. That's a massive. Yeah, go on.
Just coming quickly.
You're not going to shut up until you come in, so go on.
Just coming quickly. I just want to beat me phone in. There's one word that he's done. What he's changed at Arsenal Football Club, right? One word, and that is it's communication. Right? If you remember, under Unai Emery struggled to communicate his ideas to the players and he lost the dressing room. Lack of communication. The one thing he's got is the ability to communicate. Now, if you watch the bench cam, whatever it is, he's talking to players in about 3 or 4 different languages.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And he's telling them what to do. He kicks every ball. He's earned their trust. He's given them belief, but he communicates with them his ideas. And that's the big fundamental change, Craig, from Unai Emery.
Brilliant point, Graham. Actually, because I said it to my wife. There, we were watching a game. I think it was.
Where'd you come in there, Graham?
Yeah, the Manchester City semi-final. I was saying it to her. Like he's talking to players he's speaking to the Spanish players in Spanish. He's talking to the English players. He's talking to the French players in French, and it's just.
Can he speak Scottish?
I think so. He must be able to because Kieran Tierney seems to like.
Okay, Kieran, get down there.
All right.
Smash his head in.
He played for Rangers for a while, didn't he?
He did go to Rangers.
He was manager of no, not
played
manager,
for Rangers.
played for Rangers, didn't he?
He probably does speak Scottish.
Oh yeah, he must speak Scottish then. Just before we go to Harry and Harry's comments on Mikel Arteta, we just smashed the live view account by 100. The record was 730. It's now fluctuating around 850. So thank you very much to you all, 850 people watching.
Don't forget
live.
the like button.
Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button for us as well. Actually, well done, Mark. You're getting good at this YouTube thing.
Is that what we're on? Are we on YouTube? Are we?
We're giving away
that shirt. You never told me this was going anywhere. Just sitting here eating every week.
We're giving away that shirt at the end of the cup.
That's it, mate. If we can get 1,000, Mark will give away that shirt.
We give away that shirt.
I think my wife would probably give me away with it. I reckon.
Harry, you
don't hit those likes.
Harry, you've said it all the time since Mikel Arteta had come in. I think you was like me at first, were you? Not too sure, but if there's anything to be sure about now, I think we should be, don't you?
I wasn't sure until he done his first press conference. And I know it sounds stupid because he hadn't managed a game at that point. So you're thinking, how on earth can you make a judgment on someone like based on that? But I thought his first press conference was so good that I just got on board immediately. It's like Graham said, as his phone just said.
Well said, Graham's phone. Well said.
It's about communication, isn't it? And not only is it important to communicate with your players and your staff and the people at the club, it's also important to be able to communicate with the fans so that they can understand what it is you're trying to do, so they can give you time, so they can buy into your methods. His character is completely different to what I imagined Mikel Arteta was like as a player. I always saw him as a bit of a, I don't know, and maybe it's just me, but when he was playing in the heart of our midfield, I kind of saw him as a bit of a soft touch at times. But he's not that at all. He's angry. He's fired up when he's on the sidelines. You can see him post-match when we lose games. He doesn't even want to talk to the interviewer. One-word answers, and he's waiting to shoot off. And you can see how much it all means to him. And there's a fire in Mikel Arteta. And winning that first trophy so early on in his managerial career is massive for him. And it's massive in terms of getting the respect that he deserves. And we've spoken about all the positives that will come from that in the longer term. But yeah, you're absolutely right. When Mikel Arteta was appointed, I was one of the people that was going, it's not the worst appointment in the world, but Carlo Ancelotti's available and we've gone for Mikel Arteta. And it was a little bit frustrating at the time. But the club have been proved, up until now, they've been proved right. They've made a right decision. Let's hope they continue making right decisions and get the right people around him so that we can restore our Champions League status.
Absolutely. Mark, we'll come to you, mate. Mikel Arteta, like I've said to the other boys, what's your thoughts on him after the cup final? Well, not just after the cup final, but what's your thoughts on him in the time that he's been here?
He's done all right, hasn't he? Won a cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The history books will judge you on, this is a results business, by the way. So, you can jump up and down and celebrate finishing sixth if you want to, but it really makes no odds because in the history books, no one gives two hoots who finishes below first and who wins the FA Cup domestically. So that was us. So he is an absolute legend, isn't he? Like I said earlier, to get a tune out of this mob, unbelievable. As Dan quite rightly said, he says he's not a magician, but he most definitely is in my eyes. It's just been unreal, isn't it? You can see that it's all been. That's right, Graham. Everyone's bought in. Everyone's bought into the tactics. Everyone's bought into what he wants to do, as Graham quite rightly says on his phone. That everyone's speaking the same language, whether it be Scottish, Spanish, Nokia. It's all the same. People know what they're supposed to be doing. It's just been absolutely fantastic. And what I like today is there's huge reports coming out in the press that. And no uncertain terms, he's told the board that 9 can leave, and this is the type of player that I need to come in to progress this squad next year. And he hasn't just given them a load of dross to sell. He has said to them, you can get some money from Mustafi. His stock value's gone up because he's been playing well under him. Kolasinac, he's tried to keep him involved in the squad. He's given him every opportunity to get himself a good move back to Partizan Belgrade or wherever it is he wants to go and play football. I don't know, because that's probably his level, isn't it? But he's given them as well Bellerin, which now I've been quite critical of Bellerin. And he did make a good run, didn't he, yesterday? But let's have it right. He was very, very lucky at the end of it. You know, he did get challenged, and it did fall quite nicely to Pepe. Pepe, by the way, who had an outstanding game. And I saw somebody in the chat had a bit of a super question there, Craig.
I'm coming to them. Don't worry, I'm coming to them.
Yeah. He was saying about Pepe, and I think he's absolutely spot on. That, you know, we start talking about stats and figures. You know, that lad coming with a huge price tag. His numbers are brilliant for a first season in English football, and he's got an FA Cup winners medal. So I don't know what else really. You know,
I was one of them. I have to admit, I was one of them. I kept saying it. I've something that we
want more, don't we? We want more. Of course, we do. Greedy buggers, aren't we? Arsenal fans. We've been blessed, haven't we? We've been blessed. You know what I mean? We've been watching the likes of Perez and all. You know, we've had Rolls Royces running around the Highbury and the Emirates the last few years. So that's what we know. That's what we expect. That's what we want. But I do believe, you know, for the board back Arteta this year, things are only going to get better. Crikey, they can't get much worse in the league. We're so inconsistent in the league. It's laughable, isn't it? But, you know, we've got Saliba coming in. That's a good start. We've signed Mari, you know, naturally left-sided. I like Tierney tucking in on that left side of the defence there. He may end up there in about 5-10 years' time. He's not ready to play there yet, as was seen by how far away he was from Pulisic for his goal. Tierney should have done better there, but you know it's a position he's not used to playing in. He's a left wing back, not a left-sided centre back. You know, he's probably not done an awful lot of that in his young years, but he'll get there. He'll learn. Good player. So a lot of square pegs, round holes, isn't it? At the minute, but he's getting a tune. So no complaints from me. The original point was I happy when he came in? There was two choices: old and experienced, or young and youthful. We went young and youthful. Like Harry, I would have liked to have seen Carlo, but Carlo comes with a bucket load of money. He needs a bucket load of money, you know. We ain't got it. So that's why we went with Arteta, and I'm glad we did.
Good point. Judges.
At least though, Carlo would have worn a suit on Cup final day.
Yes, I see.
Well, yeah, but Ian Wright's suit made up for a lot of them. And by the way, if you can only have one fan in Wembley, by the way, it's definitely Ian Wright, isn't it?
I think so.
Man on Rob.
That's it. Yeah.
Did you see Cashley Cole's face when the winner went in?
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Judges, just before we come to we got some questions, some super chat questions there that we must obviously answer. Lee, Mikel Arteta, you know, what's your judgment on him for the time he's been here?
Yeah, just before, get those super chats in because McDonald's breakfast is opened up, so we need them in. I'm craving a breakfast meal, breakfast meal. Listen, I'm echoing what everybody's saying, so echoing what everybody's saying that Arteta, he wasn't I wasn't excited about him, but in fairness, nor was I excited about George Graham when he first coming from Millwall, and I wasn't excited about Arsene Wenger because Arsene Wenger, if you remember, like we was involved, I think we would Johan Cruyff was being mentioned, and we got Arsene Wenger, so I felt a little bit let down by that. George Graham from Millwall, let down by that, but I totally agree with Harry. You know, when he says that first press conference won me over. Before even he'd done anything, but it did. It just spoke out how you wanted it to be from a fan's point of view. I just thought, I can. I started believing him straight away. You know, he had me. You know, it was that thing when with Tom Cruise when you had me on Hello or something like that. Well, he had me when he said in his first couple of sentences. You know, I said, "This is my man. This is my Arsenal manager. I am going to follow." Follow. Mikel, wherever it goes, I can't remember it now. It's pissed now. But you know what I mean. Arsenal is the team to follow, and there's nobody better than Mikel Arteta, the best looking Spaniard.
If you ever see Lee out, don't fucking buy him a drink. For Christ's sake.
Still drunk. I tell you, and I really was. And do you know what? We have been crying out for performances like this over the last 10 years, even in Wenger's. Do you know when Arsene Wenger decided to leave and it was announced on the radio? Well, I was jumping up in the old van, going mad because I thought at long last we're going to get a manager and a drastically change and go there. And I'm going to say it now as I'm sitting here now. Arsenal next season in the league will win at one of the big boys next season. They will win either at Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea or Tottenham. They will win one of those games because we are going to be tactically better for it. And that is what we've been crying out for years, and I feel so much confident that we're going to do that.
Lee, can I just correct you there?
You interrupted me. Oh, you interrupted me, Graham.
Tottenham is not a big club, mate. Stop calling Tottenham a big club.
I have to agree with him now. I have to agree with that. I agree with that.
No, I do. I do. But they're our local rivals, and we haven't won there for quite a while. If I'm not right, I don't think we've won there since someone
Lee, 4,555 days without a trophy.
Can we put
4,545 days without a trophy? They're not a big club.
Right, okay.
4,545 days without a trophy.
And you put him and his bloody phone on mute. And we put his phone and him on mute. You know what I mean? You don't see him for months. He comes back. He takes over. I don't know what's going on here, Yes, so I take them out of the equation. I do apologise, but I just think that we've got that ability to just go on. Oh, thank God for that. Anyways, and I just think that this
anyway, take care of each other and each other.
See you next season.
Wembley.
Anyway,
I'm putting in a transfer request to Guns and Yellow Ribbons. I am putting in a transfer into Guns and Yellow Ribbons. They've made me a very, very good offer. They've actually said that I could have a Big Mac and a cheeseburger. It's a deal. It's a deal, Fergus. It's a deal. It is a deal.
Fine.
Mercenary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, mercenary. Go where their money is. Graham, let's bring some super chat questions.
I won't be interrupted.
Yeah. This one's from the Shark Lord. No, I don't mind you interrupting. Although I'm getting a bit pissed off now. The Shark Lord. Thank you very much for your kind donation. Graham, big centre-back partner for Saliba or Aubameyang contract renewal? You can only pick one.
Cool. Can you phone a friend? No, it's a no-brainer, Craig. Aubameyang contract renewal.
Aubameyang contract renewal for me as well, I think. Dan?
Man, this is easy for me.
We're never drinking again when we do a podcast, all right? Never.
It's got to be Aubameyang. Aubameyang all day long.
Absolutely. Harry, Aubameyang contract, I think.
Yeah, Aubameyang contract.
Good. Lee judges Aubameyang contract.
What is your question?
What
was
the question was, would you like to see...
What was it? Yeah, sorry.
He don't care. He's on the phone to Fergus trying to get a better deal.
I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. Like, do you know what? I don't care. I'm going to tell you why I don't care. Because Jaws 3's on at 9 o'clock, and I'm looking forward to that. Like, but anyway, that's another question.
I've lost it. I've lost 1 second. This fella. Unique 79. Put your question in the chat again, please. I've lost it.
It was about Pepe, wasn't it? He said, "Is he going to be on fire next season?" Something like.
Yeah,
this is horrible. Because I lose him if I don't ask him.
This is what was the better film, Jaws 1 or Jaws 2? That's a good question. You know what I mean? But that's for another day, like. But what I'm saying is,
what was the one on the boat?
I don't care about
it. Slid down the boat. Jaws was waiting at the bottom of it.
That's Jaws.
Was that Jaws 1?
Richard Shaw. Yeah.
I've got to get this. I'm asking this one. Where is it? Got to bring this one in. Martinez. I was going to ask this one anyway, but Martinez or Leno next season? Martinez starts to me. Martinez starts for me all day long. I'm sorry, Lee. I've got to get through this because I'm losing.
Martinez all day long. Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Anyone else want to come in on that?
It's a difficult one, isn't it? No. I think you stay with the man in possession.
No, it's 1 or 2. It's A or B, Graham. A or B, what you're saying. A or B, one or the other. It's not difficult. You're making it difficult. Come on.
Martinez.
Thank you. Yeah. We got a question out of it. It only took 10 seconds. That's what you got to be like, Craig. Be ruthless. Be ruthless.
Yes, Graham. Phone again. I honestly think Arsenal can improve. But I wanted to ask you guys, what does Arteta do during the summer with new additions to improve their position? Harry, we'll go to you with that one, mate. Thank you for your kind donation, sir.
What is he doing? Oh, it's a tough question. It's not one you can answer quickly. I think he needs to get another centre back in.
No, it's not, Harry.
No, it is. It is, because I think he needs to get a centre back in. I think we all agree with that. I think he needs to get another midfield player in, especially if Guendouzi's going out the door. I'm not too sure that we need another winger or wing forward, but it seems like we're being heavily linked with a couple of those. So that could be a possibility. I think, cut a long story short, I think some of the most important business that we do this summer is going to be about keeping the right people as well as it is bringing new ones in. So keeping Aubameyang, keeping Ceballos, that's just as important as it is going out and spending money on others.
Sorry, you caught me mid-sip of whiskey there. Thank you for your kind donation. Great answer, Harry. This one comes in from Worldwide Gooner Elite. Oh, I like that name. That's a good name. Did Lee just include Tottenham in the big boys? They have to qualify for the Europa League. Sol Campbell has won the double. Hey! And he's gone. That's good. Thanks for that, Worldwide Elite. We just needed an excuse, really. To get
Craig, can I just come in and tell you Pepe's numbers this season?
You can. 1 second. 1 second, because...
Yes, Lee.
Here it is. Unique 79, thank you for your donation, mate. Much appreciated. It happens, honestly, it just always happens to this fella. The super chat questions
Yes, Lee. Get it
don't
popping.
last. Will Pepe smash it next season, Graham?
Well,
Thank
first
you
of
for
all, his numbers for this season, he's got 8 goals and 10 assists, 18 goal contributions.
I think he'd be fantastic this year.
And I think a really good point was made earlier in the pod, and that is I've been saying it for months. When you move him centrally, he's a better player because when he's out wide and he holds the touchline, he doesn't get the fullback a lot of the time bombing on to create space for him. I like to see him move central, and what we're doing, I think, to get the best out of him next season. I think he will smash it next season. I think what we need to do is, obviously, I like the way what Mikel Arteta's doing, and that is Lacazette's coming back into that false 9 role more, and Pepe and Aubameyang are moving higher, and they're coming more central and working off each other. I think that could be a good combination. So yes, in answer to the question, he will only get better. But his record this year, they were calling him a flop a few weeks ago, but the numbers don't reflect that. 18 goal contributions, 8 goals, 10 assists, and a trophy in his first year, which is more than Kane's got in 7 years at Tottenham.
Dan, what do you think? What do you make of this talk about Willian coming to Arsenal?
As long as we get a holding midfielder, a creative midfielder, and a centre half, I'll take Willian. I don't want to take Willian instead of one of those positions, though, because for me, a winger isn't a priority. I know Reece Nelson is up and coming, and one that I think needs a loan move, but the others I'm okay with. I don't want to see Willian getting in the team ahead of Saka or Martinelli. Obviously, Aubameyang looks like that left-hand position is his now. So I'm not sure it's a position that we need personally, but if it was somebody that was going to come in that was going to be an okay fix for a couple of seasons, then Willian has proven in the Premier League. So it's not really a risky signing, I wouldn't say. But again, I don't want it to be ahead of someone. I totally agree with what Graham's just said about Pepe. I did say earlier that through the middle he's so much better. But I don't really like number 10s at Arsenal. So it's a really hard one for me because I think Pepe is not quite a centre forward as such. But I'd like to see him more centrally. For me, Willian, if he does come, like I say, that would be an okay signing, but it's all about centre midfield and central defence for me.
Absolutely.
Do you know what? I've got a theory actually that Willian will come and he'll play on the left-hand side in a 3 with Aubameyang down the middle with Pepe on the right, and Lacazette will be part of the money that gets the Partey deal over the line. I think that's the theory.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so, Graham.
Good point. This one comes in from the bearded Gooner. What's your preferred whiskey? Jameson all day. Jameson all day long. Do you know what? Let's get a few questions in there. Ask us anything. Let's go. Let's have a bit of a laugh. It's the end of the season. You can ask us anything. Harry, what do you make about Willian coming to Arsenal?
I actually really like Willian as a player. I think he's a really good player. I think people talk about his age a lot, but I think he's in really, really good shape for someone of that age. I also think what he would add to the team is quality from set pieces, which is something that you could argue we don't probably have enough of in terms of good corners, free kicks, dangerous ones on the edge of the penalty area. Gives you all of those things. Experience, class. He's a winner. I think he's got everything. And I would like to see Arsenal bring Willian in, but like I said earlier, the terms have to be right. I don't want to see Arsenal go and shell out mega wages on a 3-4 year deal. If it's a 2-year deal, I'm okay with that. And to a degree, in these situations, you just got to put your faith in the manager, haven't you? And if Mikel Arteta thinks he can do a job, he can help us out, and the terms are right, then I'd be happy to see him join.
I think he wants a 3-year deal, and they're talking about 125k a week, 3 years.
Okay, 125 grand a week's probably a bit much, but this is a brilliant question. I'll come to Lee and Graham and Mark on this one. You can hack it out between the three of you. How do you rate our previous 4 FA Cup finals in order? Where does this one stand? It's a bloody good question. It's certainly the most important win, I think, out of the 4. What would you say, Lee? When you're ready, mate.
That's a real tough question. You know,
just pick 1 out of 4, Lee. 1 out of 4. Come on.
The Chelsea one last time was a fantastic cup final. Right, Chelsea won the last time was a lovely final. Do you know what? I wouldn't say that no cup final win's disappointing, you know, but the one that I would say was the most didn't give me the most buzz was the one at Southampton, because we'd lost the league week before. I felt a little bit, not let down, but it didn't feel the same.
I think he means that. Lee, I think he means the last 4.
The whole one was fantastic.
Southampton was 2003.
I'm just not going to go through it. I'm doing it. Is he having
that one in 1971 was good, Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You was there, wouldn't you? You was there, wouldn't you?
And you got no trees and crackers to eat. Yeah.
Can I come in, Craig?
Hey?
Craig, can I give you a view?
No, you bloody well can't. It's my bloody go. Craig, you can have a word. You're going to put him on mute, otherwise me and you are going to fall out.
Oh dear.
I still think, if I'll be honest, the whole one was very, very important. Yes, that was the first one. Set us all up for the others.
I agree with the judge there. I agree with that, Judge. Absolutely bang on.
Thank you very much. There you go.
Graham, I'll let you speak. I'll let you speak, Graham. Bloody hell, there's over
him now. You don't have to mute him.
1,000 over 1,000 people watching us this evening. Hello, everyone.
I think I agree with the judge, right? That the whole one was people don't probably give the whole one credit because they think it's only Hull City, but that was a massive win. We hadn't won a trophy for 9 years. Wenger was under enormous pressure in that final, and we were 2 down. We turned it around, so that was a massive one. The Aston Villa one the following year. Villa were poor. We took them apart 4-0. And really, that's when Wenger should have built the team. He had Sanchez and Ozil there. He should have then gone out and got a centre forward and a centre back, and we would have probably won the league the following year. Massive missed opportunity. Chelsea won. The first Chelsea won. They were champions. They've been on the beach for a month. So, we won it thanks to Aaron Ramsey. This one was massive as well. Because what it means to the club. After this has been our worst season for 20 odd years. So it's a massive win. But I think the most important one was still the first one after going 9 years without a trophy, Craig.
Absolutely. Mark, what about you, mate?
Yeah, not a lot more to add, really. You know, the iconic scenes of Ramsey reenacting Charlie George, weren't there? But, I'd say this one. I agree with Lee. 1971.
Does Lee play darts, or is the dartboard just for show?
Of course I do. It's for show. Okay. It is actually for show because it's not really a dartboard.
This one comes in. How many of you are drunk? Not me, anyway.
No, I'm not drunk.
No, I'm not
teetotal.
drunk. It would be very unprofessional.
I'm just drunk on Arsenal winning the cup.
Absolutely.
I'm just drunk on the.
This is what happens when Judge has a couple of full pints. This is what happens.
Oh my God. This is it. This one comes in. Where are we all meeting up next time I'm in town to drink? I'll pick up the tab. 974 witnesses to that statement. I'll bring the thick credit card. And Craig
can we just get a screenshot of that? Hold on a minute. I want a screenshot of that.
I will announce the ting at the end when we're talking.
Good man.
No.
Appreciate that, Tanner. Good boy.
$10 as well.
What's that in English money? What's that in English money?
Give me some of that beard. Give me some of that beard oil. We're giving one of them for free.
Yeah. I'll have a word with Colin. We'll get some sent over to the USA. This one. Does anyone see Eddie as the future of Arsenal? Does anyone see Eddie as the future of Arsenal? I honestly think he is not good enough for this club. Interesting, Dan.
No, good backup.
I like the lads.
Good backup.
Got
to have a all about squad.
Go on, Dan. You go for it. Dan's now bald with glasses. Go on, Dan.
I don't want to interrupt, Dan. I don't want to interrupt.
Is this a good point to add that next season we will only be having 4 people on the show?
Yes. We have spoken, and yes, there will only be 4.
No, I like Eddie. Listen, I think Lee is right. He is going to be a backup, but he's a good backup. You do need someone to come on, and if we are now in 4 competitions again, he can come on a Thursday night and do a job for us, kind of young Eddie. And I don't want to give these kids too much stick, so go on in, Eddie.
Absolutely, go for it, Harry. If you could sign only one player, obviously realistically, if you could sign one player to come into this Arsenal team, who would it be?
Thomas Partey.
Absolutely. I think, do you know what, right? A lot of people are talking about Thomas Partey, but I think it's quite important that we get Ceballos in again. Wouldn't anyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah.
But I think having someone like Partey with that extra bit of bite may allow us to change the formation a little bit. And I think that's probably what he wants to do further down the line. So,
Craig, can I just come in with a formation?
Don't ask if you can come in. Just do it.
Right, very quickly then. If we go for, if we get the signings over the line, here's a 4-3-3 formation for next season, right? Martinez or Leno in goal. Centre half, Saliba and Luiz.
You can only have one goalkeeper. Stop you there. You can only have one goalkeeper. You can't have 2 goalkeepers. You can only have one goalkeeper.
Right,
Martinez in goal. Can I just say, Graham? Imagine if we did have 2 goalkeepers. Do you reckon we'd win the league?
Here's a quick 4-3-3.
One goal
formation. Martinez in goal. Martinez in goal. Luiz centre backs. Bellerin, Tierney fullbacks. Xhaka, Partey, Ceballos, Pepe, Willian, Aubameyang.
I like that. But I like that. Sounds good. This one coming. Any chance of a live on-stage podcast next season? All of you in the same room. I'm sure we could try and sort something out.
It depends on the second spike.
We'll try and do it.
But we'll make sure Tanner's with us because he's bringing that credit card.
You have to spoil it, don't you? You have to spoil it, Graham, don't you? He's so bloody righteous. You know what I mean? Social distancing can be applied.
Saying about getting Ceballos in, like winning the FA Cup, I think the prize money for going through all that is about £5 or £6 million. I'm led to believe, and if that is the transfer fee for Danny Ceballos for next year, then we basically got him this year or next year for nothing from winning the FA Cup. So it's another bonus, isn't it? Apart from having a glistening trophy in a cabinet rather than a load of old dust, we've got Danny Ceballos for nothing.
Absolutely. Another one coming in here from Ozil or Guendouzi.
Can I interrupt, Dave? Can I interrupt?
You can.
Can I interrupt?
Sorry about the unprofessional. Just anyone watching or listening. Sorry about the unprofessional this evening. It is the last game of the season.
Partey is 28, and I'm going to go along with this. But if we could afford him, I would go for Declan Rice because I think he's a lot younger. But we can't afford Declan Rice. But I would go there, but Partey is, in our budget range, if you know what I mean,
Absolutely.
Did you see Declan Rice on Saturday tweeting against Arsenal? He hates Arsenal. He's a Chelsea man.
He's a Chelsea fan, yeah.
I don't think he's good enough either.
I think he's so overrated.
Yeah, he is. I don't like Rice.
Someone just said,
whoa, Jesus Christ.
I prefer noodles.
Yeah, I would too. Ozil or Guendouzi? One at a time now, please. Which one's got to go? Ozil or Guendouzi?
It's got to be Ozil. It's got to be Ozil, isn't it? It's got to be Ozil. You look at the price that he's on a 18 million, is it he earns? Get rid of Ozil. If Guendouzi has to rot in the reserves and grow up, then that's fine by me.
Absolutely.
What's he going for? The rice and noodles?
No, man, it's got to be Guendouzi because at least you can get some bloody money in for him.
Yeah,
what are you going to get for Ozil? No,
yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, that's true.
It is
well said, Harry. Well said, Harry. You ain't said nothing for a while, but well said.
Well said indeed. That's it for the season. Same Old Arsenal podcast, season number 3, done and dusted. I'm liking this suggestion. I don't think many people will turn up, do you? Yeah.
Well, there's already 6 of us in the room.
Karen will come. That's 7.
Craig.
So yes.
Can I come in?
Yes.
Is he outside, Graham?
He's out.
Has he been left outside? Is he getting wet?
No, in his phone. That's the doorbell ringing.
Poor bloke. All show he's been asking to come in. Must be freezing.
Simon's been outside the house. Been flying a lingus every bloody week and ringing the bell. Right.
Oh, brilliant.
Now, what I was going to say, lads, is we last year we did the show in London, didn't we, with Kevin Campbell and Nigel Winterburn? That was on stage.
Yeah, well, let's be real, Graham. People only turned up because Nigel Winterburn and Kevin Campbell were there.
Yeah, but you get big Kev there. You get big Kev there.
Let's be real, Craig. People only turned up because Kevin Campbell was there. Let's be truthful.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Nigel Winterburn and Kevin Campbell.
That's true.
Kevin Campbell, Craig. Let's get it real.
Hardly there to see judges, were they?
I thought the judge was excellent.
A Community Shield special. We could do a Community Shield special.
Come along.
When is the Community Shield's on Boxing Day this year, isn't it?
That would be good. The
Community Shield is on the 29th of August, the day after my birthday. So that's going to be a good birthday weekend. My birthday, and then watching Arsenal at Wembley again. Unfortunately, not going, but watching.
I was going to say Chelsea will be playing in the Champions League final night before.
28th of August, my birthday, by the way.
They're 3-0 down to Bayern Munich, so they're definitely not going through. So.
Absolutely not. Next season, next season we hope to expand a little bit. Next season we hope to bring you 3 shows a week. 2 shows. One, obviously, the main podcast on a Monday. Dan has been doing the Pots preview, but we're going to step it up a little bit and give Dan his own, not just a preview show, but it's going to be a second podcast, if you like. So, Dan, fully deserved, mate. And I'm looking forward to it. We're going to sit down and we're going to...
Hold on a minute. I've been on this show 3 years. I haven't had my own bloody show. What's going on tonight?
You are the show, Lee.
You are the show, Lee.
You are the show, Lee.
You are the show.
I love you.
And for the fact is,
bloody name is, I love you. I love you.
The fact is that I can't afford to have you on more than once a week. So Dan is going to be doing a second podcast. Full podcast. Won't be just a preview show. It will be a full podcast. The other bit of exciting news is that we're actually, if there's any American fans watching now or any American fans listening now, we are going to be bringing you your own American Same Old Arsenal show.
What, you flying us all out to America?
No, I'm not flying you out to America. Tanner, the bearded gooner, has been
Graham's going.
Yeah, Graham.
If you're outside your house.
He's been a good friend of
It's
mine.
Graham from Orlando.
Oh, Jesus, I'm going to fucking mute you in a minute. So Tanner has been a good mate of mine over the years on Twitter. And he does a little YouTube show himself, the Bearded Gooner. But he is going to be bringing you the same old Arsenal USA, done in American time. So you won't have to. It's going to be, it'll be done in the evening in America. I think the time in America at the moment is about 3:00 in the afternoon, depending on where you are. I think it's about 3:00 in the afternoon when Tanner is anyway. So you will be getting your own show hosted by Tanner, who is an American. You'll have American guests. So that will be for all our American people, for something to look forward to. Of course, you'll all be able to watch it as well, because it will be going up on YouTube. You can watch the replay, this, that, and the other. So Tanner, the Bearded Gooner, if he's there, go and follow him on Twitter at the Bearded Gooner. He's going to be the host of the Same Old Arsenal USA. So yeah, we're going to bring you 3 shows a week next week, next season. Hopefully it'll all work out.
Shout out to Tanner as well.
Yeah, shout out to Tanner as well. So yeah, we're expanding a little bit. Not much.
Did I not get my show, Craig?
No, you didn't get one. I went to school with you all my life. I'm definitely not giving you one.
Well, I was going to be doing some sun cream tips. I thought we'd discuss this. I'll talk to you afterwards about it, Craig.
Yeah, we will. we talk about that time with that 5-a-side tournament we played in, and the referee said you couldn't come on without any shin pads. And I said he has got shin pads on, but it really wasn't shin pads. It was a fucking sunburn, but it looked like you had a pair of shin pads on, and you let you play. Skin pads.
Anyway, go over to my YouTube channel. Sun tips are us.
Of course, go over to Harry's. Harry, any expansions or plans for next season, mate?
Just trying to do as much as I can, really, but just so busy with work, it's hard to commit to doing any more. But we're bringing back the phone in, which we were doing last season. We've brought it back in a slightly different format now, where people can join us online, so it appeals to everyone around the world now. We're doing one after this as well, so if anyone fancies coming over, you can have your say, getting through as many calls as possible in the next hour or so. So come join us.
Excellent. So go over to the Chronicles of a Gooner and join Harry for his live phone-in show.
Lee looks like Murdoch. Look.
Lee looks like Murdoch.
No,
looks
not
like.
Murdoch. But was it Murdoch? 18, wasn't it?
Hannibal.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Lee,
I live in a caravan. There's an hole in the middle where I do my piddle. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
Again, apologies for the unprofessionalism of this podcast this evening.
Harry, if you keep eating barbecues that size, mate, you'll be expanding next season. You keep eating all that meat at them barbecues, mate.
Listen, mate, live like a king.
Absolutely.
He's on the fish now. He's on the fish.
Yeah,
Graham.
mixing it up a bit.
Graham, have you got anything in the pipeline, mate? You're going to be doing any videos or anything like that yourself next year?
Not yet, mate. No. Obviously,
I think it's a shame.
We've got Liverpool fan in. We've got Liverpool fan in.
Look, here you go. Look. Yeah. Oh my God!
Come on, get him up there. We are afraid. Look,
Yeah. Our
30
original.
years, it's took you to say that.
Yeah.
30 years.
30 years.
Peace pipe.
My answer to that would be, where's your gold trophy? Where's your gold trophy? There's only one Invincibles. There'll only ever be one Invincibles. And it's certainly, you will never be invincible. Anyway. Great.
I was just saying, mate. I mean, obviously.
In the Champions League. Did we mock them? Did we mock them?
We didn't.
You seen that in the chat? Graham's new show should be called "Can I Come In?"
Yeah, can I come in, Craig?
this week on Can I Come In?
No, you can stay out there. You're bloody when you stay out there.
Have to guess what house he's outside.
That's it.
Like Lord Grossman.
No, we should do a competition.
Graham.
We should do a competition every week where, Graham, you go outside someone's front door and say, "Can I come in?" And everyone's going open their front doors, and wherever you are, they win.
Craig, who'd live behind a front door like this?
Carry on, Graham.
It's Graham. Can I come in?
Poor old Graham. Stop it. He's even had his hair done. Aubameyang.
We love him, really.
Peace pipe.
Graham, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I haven't got anything written.
Oh, he's gone. Is he gone?
Oh, yeah.
Is he gone?
Situation, isn't it?
Come in, Graham. Come in, Graham. Are you there? Come in, Graham.
So I mean, first of all, I haven't, and obviously, I haven't been able to do any of my tactical insight shows with Robbie on AFTV.
I missed them. They're very good.
So I haven't been able to do that. So I don't know. I would like to do more. It's just a case of timing, really, and finding the time to do it. I just will leave you as we've had a big laugh tonight. Just getting back to the serious stuff, I just want to highlight that I love the FA Cup. I just want to end on this note. We should end this podcast celebrating Arsenal's record 14th FA Cup. I love the FA Cup competition, and I just wanted to. A lot of people don't probably go back as far as me. I just wanted to name the 14 FA Cup titles we've won: 1930, 1936, 1950, 1971, 1979, 1993, 1998, 2002, 2003, 2005, 2014, 15, 17 and 2020. The most successful FA Cup team, my club. I'm really proud to be a Gooner.
Well said.
Love it, Graham. Love it. And I absolutely echo that. People who say, we've had it for a couple of days now. It's only the FA Cup. It's only the FA Cup. Even the Chelsea fans, I didn't really care. It's only the FA Cup. You lot, honestly, go and have a word with yourselves, because if your club won the FA Cup, it's not about. It's even in my generation when I was a young lad playing football. If there was one game other than the World Cup final, if there was one game I wanted to play in when I was a boy, dreamt of playing, was the FA Cup final at Wembley. Anyone who says I'm not really too bothered about not winning the FA Cup, come on now. We've had a bad season. Give us our little 5 minutes of glory, please.
Most of the people that say that have never experienced winning it.
That's very true. Yeah, that can be very true as well.
Would you rather win the FA Cup or finish in the top four?
Top four gets much better players, Graham.
Win the FA Cup.
Yeah, top four. Yeah. No, it's trophy.
Yeah, trophy.
I would argue that, like, now, if you ask me Arsenal's situation that we find ourselves in now, then I think the top four for a club would be more significant. So I think it's about timing and where you are. Now we've won the FA Cup this time around. If you told me next season it's the top four or the FA Cup, I'll take the top four, because I think that represents more progress. Yeah. So it depends.
I'll turn the argument over there and say that football's about glory and winning trophies. So for me, it's trophies all the time. Yeah. Trophies all the time. Yeah. Now it's been a very weird season.
Cup and the Europa Cup next season, better than me.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Because if we win the Europa League, we get put in the Champions League anyway. So it's been a very, very strange season.
Exactly.
With everything that's been going on.
Peace.
Yeah. With everything that's been going on, I had a little break there, which Dan stepped in for and carried it on for me. I'm sure you all know how thankful I am, and I know he knows how thankful I am for that to happen. All you lot that keep coming every Monday night and supporting us. I mean, there's been over 1,000 people in here this evening watching us live. It's absolutely monumental. I can remember when I started off this podcast, I kind of started it off for a bit of a laugh, really. Something to do. And I never saw the way it's blown up. People calling us the best Arsenal podcast means absolutely everything to me. It should mean absolutely everything to you guys that watch it. It's you lot that make it. the boys here give up their time for me every Monday night to come and talk about the Arsenal. It's something we love doing, and it's something we'll continue doing. But the biggest shout of all goes obviously to all you lot who keep watching us, who keep coming along, keep listening to us on the audio as well. We'll keep doing what we're doing as long as you keep coming back and listen to it. We'll keep doing it. I hope you all have a fantastic summer break. I know we're kind of near the end of the summer anyway, so it's not going to be much of a break. But the Premier League starts again I think in 6 weeks' time. Am I right? The 12th of September, I think it starts again.
Yeah.
We're going to have a little holiday. We're going to have a couple of weeks off. We're going to get together offline and talk about what we're going to do next year. And we will be back to you for a special Charity Shield podcast, I think. We'll come back for that, will we? We'll do a Charity Shield podcast, and then hopefully
Community Shield, yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Day after my birthday, Craig.
Oh, is it? Oh, Christ. I think we won't then, because if you're going to be...
He'll be singing Sweet Caroline, won't he? Sweet Caroline.
If he's going to be this giddy after 3 pints...
So good.
If he's going to be that giddy after 3 pints... Oh, fuck's sake. I don't think we'll bother. We might cancel it. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your summers. Enjoy the close season. We'll be back, obviously, quicker than last year because the season starts again. It leaves me to thank Dan. Thank you very much for everything you've done for me this year. Much appreciated, mate. Thanks for keeping it going. Really, really appreciate it.
Listen, thank you, boys, and thanks for inviting me this season. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of this podcast. It's been a dream to meet, 4 great friends and my brother-in-law. To be on a podcast every Monday night with you has been fantastic. Meeting you, Craig, has been a pleasure. It's been fantastic to be on here every week, and it was a pleasure to keep it going. And I wouldn't have kept it going if I didn't believe in it and didn't enjoy it. So thank you very much, Harry. Been an absolute pleasure, mate. I know we don't always agree, but it's been great fun and great to meet you, bro. And Judges, absolute legend. Speak to you pretty much every day. It's been superb to meet you, mate, and meet you down a beer and down a football. Sorry, to have a beer with you. Graham, absolute pleasure. Love listening to you, mate, on AFTV, and love everything you've done to support myself. And Mark, I see you pretty much every other weekend, mate. So pleasure to be on with you on Mondays as well. But cheers, boys. It's been a real pleasure to be a part of Same Old Arsenal. It really has.
Thank you, mate. And Harry, my massive thanks to you as well, because I know you've got a lot going on, mate, with your job, and you've got your own podcast to run, and you're not. It's not just that podcast you're running. You're on a ton of different ones because you're so good at it. I love listening to you. It's an actual massive pleasure to have you on this one as well. So I'd just like to thank you for giving up your
thank you. I just
want to thank you for giving up your spare time to come onto this one as well.
No, thank you guys, man. I love doing this one. It's the one I enjoy most, and that's why I'll always make time for it. I love it. It's great, and thank you for your nice words, but they're not deserved, honestly.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Mark. Graham.
Can I come in?
No. Mark, there's a little story, there's a story between me and Mark who've known each other since we were, God, I don't know, mate, 8, 9? Has to be.
Too long,
yeah. We went through school together, sat next to each other in a lot of classes in school, drove the teachers mental, had a good laugh, played football together, all for our youth, won a lot of trophies together, had a lot of good experiences together. And here we are now, all those years on, mate, talking about the Arsenal together. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here, mate. And
nothing's changed, really. We're still talking Arsenal to anybody who listen, like we used to back in the old days. That's all it is. It's a pleasure to be in this company. Everybody knows I only stepped in to help you guys out, and these esteemed people who work in the industries, or she definitely should work in the industries. I'm just a fan at home. These guys live and breathe this football club, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Mark, have you run out of electricity, mate? It looks a bit dark in the room there.
Well, no, it was broad daylight before you kept butting in.
Bringing me.
Sorry about that, boys, but someone at my door. I thought it was bloody Graham. I said it ain't Graham, is it?
Can I come in?
Thankfully, it won't, Graham, because I wouldn't be getting a bloody bed tonight, would I? Like, you know what I mean?
Moving on to Graham. Graham, my thanks to you, mate.
Massive.
Whoa, me first. I'm the host, remember? Massive to have you on here because you're so obviously you're so loved. People watching your videos on Arsenal Fan TV, they love your tactical analysis. Your brain, mate, for football is one of the probably the best brain I've ever come across talking about football. So it's an absolute pleasure to have you on this podcast, and thank you very much.
Well, I've learned a lot of things coming on this podcast, Craig. First of all, I love being part of this podcast, and when I'm not on it, I do miss it. I think Mark's come in and done a great job, and I'd like to share it within next season, whatever we do. I've found out that Harry is Cypriot, not Greek, which has been fantastic to find out. Thanks for the joke. But I just want to thank you, Craig, because what you've got here is you've put together something really special and great. And I know a lot of my friends watch this and they think it's fantastic, the chemistry we got. I enjoy being part of it. I think Dan's come in, been a massive plus for the podcast. Harry with his knowledge. Lee, who used to play the game. I think we've got all the bases covered. And Mark and you are just brilliant the way you play off each other as well. I'm really proud to be part of this podcast. Thanks very much for having me on this season, mate.
No problem, mate. And of course, my last thank you to he's my ant to my deck, my laurel to my hardy, my left to my right. Lee Judges, the man, the legend. Not just on this podcast. Obviously, a lot of you know I've had a few problems there over the years, but Lee has always been there for me whenever I've needed him. So on that kind of thing, it's more my thanks more to that kind of thing, really, Lee. It's a pleasure to have you here, mate. A pleasure to be your friend and a pleasure to talk about the Arsenal with you.
Thank you very much. I wished it was mutual, but it's not. But anyway, that's another story. Listen, I absolutely love coming on here, and I just want to thank everybody that gets in the chat and watches it. Going to the Arsenal and people coming up to me and saying they love the same old Arsenal, watch the same old Arsenal. That means a lot to me when people say that, because Craig started this, and if no one knows the history to it, I was just a guest to start off with, and then it come from there. So when we've grown it, obviously with Craig and myself, and then I have to say, Craig, you made some great additions. Getting Harry on board was the start of it. Really, gives us his professionalism what we need, and that's been brilliant. And then the two additions this season have been fantastic in Dan and Paul, Mark, whatever his name is, the cheese eater, whatever you want to call him, because
cheesy Paul.
Great additions to the cheesy Paul. That's his new name, Cheesy Paul. We've got some, it's been fantastic. And listen, Graham, I'll tell you what, if people don't know Graham is one of the loveliest guys you ever wish to meet. If you meet him, he's a good guy. And I'll tell you what, he's always up for having a laugh with, taking the joke, mick out of him and everything. And he takes it all on board. And, and for a guy, I'm going to say this now, for a guy that's never played the game, my God, he knows about it. He's very, very knowledgeable, and, look, listen, I love I love it. I really enjoy Mondays and coming in here, and we have a laugh. And do you know what? Sometimes I think you need that as much as the games, to have a laugh and a joke and enjoy it. And we do that, and it is fun. Exciting times for this next year, as you say. We're going to be in America. I think the bearded Gouda said that it comes on about 2:45 in the morning. Good luck with that, because I'll be in bed. But anyway, that's fantastic. You know what I mean? For the Americans that'll be watching
your book for the first show.
Listen, I think that something
that was part of the contract. Lee's on the first one.
All right.
28th of August.
I'll tell you what. I will do one. I'll stay up and do one, definitely. But the one. You've lost me train of thought now. One of the greatest things about what has opened my eyes with this podcast and everything about it is it's just North London is not just Arsenal's not North London. It's global. I see different people from different parts of the country getting involved and all that. And we're going out to all over the world and people watching us. I think it makes me very humble and very, very proud that people take their time to come and watch us.
I mean, I
thank you all from the bottom of my heart that you do that.
I look on the analytics. Yeah, you can. Are you finished?
Yeah, go on.
The analytics I look on SoundCloud, like people listening to it in Jamaica, and places I've never heard of. I didn't even know existed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, can I just say something? Sorry, really, really important as well too. Just a huge thank you to Nigel.
Yes, massive.
And Karen Russell.
Yeah, and Karen. Yeah, Nigel is a massive part of this podcast, just like we are. He's here every week without fail, keeping that chat box. Because I've tried to watch other channels, and the stuff in some of the chat boxes is it's a disgrace, to be honest. Nigel keeps that chat box clean every week. He's here every week, never moans, never. So, Nigel, thank you very much, mate. You're a massive part of this team, even though you're not on screen. Thank you very much for everything you do. Now, I want to finish as much as this fella wants it to finish on this. Where is it now? I can't. Yeah, here we go. Before I say our final goodbyes, Lee, can you do this one more time?
It's not good enough. It's just not good enough.
No, not like that.
But before I just say that, also big thanks to the guests. No, I'll do it after this. You know what I mean? I just want to say a big thank you to the guests that we've had on at times. Alex Brooker has come on the show, give us his time. You know what I mean? Kevin Campbell comes on, he gives us our time, gives us his time. So anybody that's come on as a guest, I have to say a big thank you to them as well, because they give up their time to do it as well. So that's it. And I tell you what, it just ain't good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. This season's not been good enough. But in saying that, we've won the FA Cup, and in my book, that's good enough.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, the end of the season is here. We'll see you all next season. And until we do, take care of yourselves and each other. And for the last time this season, up the Arsenal.
Up the Arsenal. Come on, you Arsenal.